Hello, my name is Shen Haiyan. I am an English teacher in Beijing University of Chemical Technology. I'm going to share the knowledge on academic writing with you today. Academic writing is designed for non-English major postgraduates who are studying at colleges and universities in China and have to write essays for coursework. Undergraduates who are making efforts to improve their academic writing skill are also welcome. Now, let's start with the workshop. Chapter 1. Overview of academic writing. This chapter is composed of 6 parts: lead-in, objectives, tasks, key points, language focus, and summary. Lead-in. The students especially find the written demands of their courses extremely challenging. On top of the complexity of the vocabulary of academic English, they have to learn a series of conventions in style, referencing, and organization. Academic writing is a flexible seminar that allows students to practice the academic writing skills which are most important for their studies. The framework of the unit has been made as simple as possible to allow users to find what they want quickly. It will include 10 chapters. Chapter 1. Overview of academic writing. Chapter 2. How to prepare the title. Chapter 3. How to present a literature review. Chapter 4. How to make a thesis proposal. Chapter 5. How to write the thesis introduction. Chapter 6. How to describe the materials and methods used in research. Chapter 7. How to report and discuss the results. Chapter 8. How to write a conclusion concerning the research. Chapter 9. How to write the abstract for academic conference. The last chapter is how to cite the references. Objectives. The chapter is designed to help students to identify different types of academic writing assignments, learn the organization of an academic paper, know the steps of paper writing, get to know some elements of style of academic writing. Tasks. Some of the terms used to describe different types of academic writing assignments can be confusing. Students need to be clear about the basic terms. First, students may have to produce various types of written work as part of their courses. Discuss the following writing assignments with your partner. Then complete the table to show their main purpose and useful approximate length. Have you finished? Now let's come to the answer. Answer. A report is a description of something a student has conducted in an experiment or in a survey. It is as short as 1,000 to 2,000 words. A project refers to research conducted either individually or in a group on subject chosen by the students. It is usually 1,000 to 3,000 words long. An essay is actually a short piece of writing used to assess coursework on a particular subject chosen by the teacher. An essay needs to be 1,000 to 5,000 words long. A thesis or a dissertation is a long piece of writing on a certain subject chosen by the student for final assessment in pursuit of master's, PhD degree. Generally, the student is supposed to complete one between 30,000 to 70,000 words. The last type is an article or a paper, which refers to a piece of writing published in an academic journal. The proper length of such a piece is between 5,000 to 10,000 words. Now, let's take a look at the terms concerning organization of those texts mentioned above. Number 2. Organization of texts. Pay attention to the following terms in italics. Shorter texts. Essays are normally organized in the form introduction, main body, conclusion. Depending on subject area, longer texts, that is, dissertations and articles, may include abstract, contents, introduction, main body, case study, discussion, findings, conclusion, acknowledgements, bibliography or references, appendix. Key points. Here are key points. First of all, let's have a bird's view of the component parts of an academic writing. Overview of academic paper writing. Component parts of an academic paper. Number 1. Introduction, which presents the background of the research and the issue to be dealt with. Number 2. Materials and methods used in the research. Number 3. Facts and figures used in the analysis, presentation of various perspectives on the central issue, and forms of evaluative argument. Learning how to present this data and make sound arguments in a coherent and convincing way is a very major part of learning to write well. Number 4. Research results or findings. Number 5. Discussion of research results and conclusion. Each of these parts is important in itself, yet they do not call for equal attention or equal treatment in the paper. You may elaborate upon some of them more than the others. A postgraduate student also needs to be familiar with steps of paper writing. Steps of paper writing. Paper writing generally follows 5 steps, which are topic selection, thesis proposal, data collection and evaluation, creating first draft and subsequent revisions of paper, finalizing the paper. The first 3 steps constitute the main preparatory stages. Careful preparation helps academic writing proceed smoothly and effectively. Good writing is largely a matter of effective imitation and disciplined thinking about the nature of your argument and how to present it. Therefore, obtain copies of highly regarded scientific papers in your research area, including papers in the journal to which you plan to submit your current work. Notice how these papers are written. For example, how are they structured, and how long do the various sections tend to be? What types of subheadings, if any, tend to be included? How many figures and tables and what types are typical? Especially if you are a non-native speaker of English, what seem to be some standard phrases that you could use in presenting your own work? Using published papers as models can prepare you to craft a manuscript that will be suitable to submit. Research and academic writing are often a recursive process, especially in the preparatory stages. It is only after constant efforts, repeated mortification, and alternations that you can get everything finalized. Sometimes, too, your thesis will be done in collaboration with a thesis advisor. Language focus. Academic writing attempts to be precise, semi-formal, impersonal, and objective. However, this will vary among disciplines. Study the style of this paragraph and underline any examples of poor style. A lot of people think that the weather is getting worse. They say that this has been going on for quite a long time. I think that they are quite right. Research has shown that we now get storms, etc. all the time. Using these guidelines, we can analyze the paragraph above. A lot of people think it's an imprecise expression. Readers will ask, how many is a lot? The word weather needs to be replaced by climate. The other imprecise expressions include quite a long time, research, and storms, etc. Additionally, the original paragraph uses informal verbal phrases such as getting worse and going on, and informal pronouns such as they say, I think, and we now get. Therefore, the paragraph can be rewritten. It is widely believed that the climate is deteriorating. It is claimed that this process has been continuing for nearly 100 years. This belief appears to be supported by McKinney, 1997, who shows a 55% increase in the frequency of severe winter gales since 1905. It is difficult to give rules for academic style which apply to all subject areas. The following are general guidelines for academic style. A. Use standard English instead of idiomatic or colloquial vocabulary. B. Avoid contractions. Don't, can't. Instead, use the full form. Do not, cannot. C. Use the more appropriate formal negative forms such as no, little, and few. Namely, use no instead of not any. Use little instead of not much. Use few instead of not many. For example, instead of saying the analysis didn't yield any new results, we say the analysis yielded no new results. D. Avoid the following informal words such as like, thing, lots of, little, big, and get phrases. For example, avoid using like for introducing examples. Use such as or for instance. Avoid using thing and combinations, nothing or something. Use factor, issue, or topic instead. Avoid using lots of. Use a significant or considerable number instead. Avoid using little, big. Use small, large instead. Avoid using get phrases such as get, better worse. Use improve and deteriorate. E. Limit the use of run-on expressions such as and so forth, and etc. Instead, we say these semiconductors can be used in robots, CD players, and other electronic devices. F. Avoid adverbs that show your personal attitude, likely, remarkable, surprisingly. G. Avoid using two-word verbs such as go on or bring up. If there is a suitable synonym, use continue or reads. H. Avoid addressing the reader as you. Instead, use passive voice. For example, the results can be seen in Table 1. I. Be as precise as possible when dealing with facts or figures. Avoid phrases such as about 100 or hundreds of years ago. If it is necessary to estimate numbers, use approximately rather than about. J. Do not use questions forms such as what were the reasons for the decline in wool exports? Instead, use statements. There were 4 main reasons for decline. Summary. Writing an academic text in English, you need to know the basic component parts, follow the steps of writing, write with structural complexity, avoid Carroll style, distinguish formal and informal words and phrases. The checklist for writing in academic English is not complete. Use the internet, books, textbooks, and lecturers' expertise to find out what other conventions could be applied to using academic English.